everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this vlog slash video is going to be my ACOTAR reread. Get ready, let's just read all of Sarah J Maas' books for the month of January. I'm so freaking excited. I have my OG books right here, but for this vlog I am going to be using these bad boys. I want to annotate and just fully dive into this book series. So I want to get the paperbacks for it. I did randomly have a ACOTAR and Crescent paperback, and I did start to tab it of my reread last year. So actually, crazy enough, I just reread ACOTAR, Thorns and Roses, as you can see, and I did tab this. However, as I was going through it and tabbing this and reading it, I was like, oh, these are my angels, my first editions, because I read this series as these babies were getting published. So as I was kind of annotating it, I was like, I kind of want to keep these in pristine condition. So might go through this and re-tab with the paperback version. So I might go in, re-tab, have to get more tabs. So I'm kind of fresh off this. So in this vlog, I might jump right into ACOTAR, Mist and Fury. So with that, I think this video is going to have some spoilers. I will try not to talk a lot about it, but this is going to be me just like tabbing, showing my tabbing system, just showing you guys, like talking about certain scenes or certain quotes that I love, just kind of getting us back into the world of ACOTAR. So if you have not read this series, I don't know if I would watch this video. However, I would definitely go read it and then come back and watch this video so we can chat later down the road about this loveliness. So with that, I'm going to get into the new tabbing system that I will have in place for this. Gonna have to see what I kind of want to do, and yeah, it's gonna be a good time. Excited. My plan is to read this series in preparation for Crescent City 3 coming out. I would really love if I could also read the Throne of Glass series. Will that happen? I'm not sure. I'm going to focus my attention on ACOTAR and Mist and Fury of this book's downward. I also am not sure, just in the nick of time, going to reread ACOTAR Silver Flames or not, because I did recently-ish read that book, so it's more fresh in my mind. But I don't know yet. I think I still might be perusing it more. But these are all rereads for me, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to read a little bit faster, because I'm just so excited for Crescent City 3. Because if you know, you know. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say anything about Crescent City, just in case you might be a person who has read ACOTAR but you have not read the Crescent City series yet. Highly recommend. The third book is coming out, I think, January 30th, I believe. So big day. Big day. You get a month to read the first 2 books. They are chunkers, like they're big, but they're worth it. It's every Sarah J Maas book so far that I have read, which is pretty much all of them, have been worth it. She is just an author that you can rely on, that you can just escape into the world that she creates and just have a good time. So with that, let's get into opening up these bad boys. I'm going to be using this one. I'm going to switch my tabs over from this book. I don't know, because I got this series, so I'm just going to donate this copy that I have, because I don't need to, and why not have someone else enjoy a paperback version of Court of Mist and Fury. So I'll probably pop this copy that I have into the free little library that is down the street from me, and let's get into it. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be back into this world, be back into the group. Let's go. I'm so pumped. Here they are. They're so beautiful. Oh my god, are we ready to take them out? Oh my god, here they are. They're like literally jam-packed in there. We have them now. This is the first time I am owning any of these covers. It's kind of crazy to like have them in my hand, but what I think I'm going to do is right now I'm just going to sit here and possibly transfer all these tabs into here. Is that kind of a bitch? Yes, but I'm kind of just wanting to just like have this one all tabbed up, take these out pristine, and then tonight start reading this bad boy. So freaking excited. We got a smell test. Could be a little bit better. It does smell like the plastic it was wrapped in, but very pretty. We got the pink. As I'm looking at these in the camera, they are very pretty books, but my heart is just still with the original covers. So I'm also like ducking down so you can see me because I'm like at this angle. But we have the novella, which I'll probably read. I mean, it's so small. And then of course, we got A Court of Silver Flames. I'll probably still read this book. I'm still debating if in my reread before Crescent City, if I just go to across Starlight, maybe take more cliff notes of this, so then if I can maybe finish these books within, I would say, a week, I can maybe possibly get my Throne of Glass reread in before Crescent City 3. I'm definitely putting a time constraint on myself because I would love if I would be able to read all of her books before Crescent City 3 comes out, because I want to read it when it comes out, because I feel like I'm gonna get spoiled. Even though I did not finish reading Crescent City 2, I'm gonna like move you up a little bit. I did not finish reading Crescent City 2 till I would say almost 7 months after it was released, and I luckily saw no spoilers, which is crazy considering the ending. So might be able to get away with that too, but I'm way more involved in the book community now than I was then, so might be a bit harder. And I don't want to have FOMO. I want to be with everyone else reading the books. So this is our plan. So let's get into it. Let's get into switching out these books. So I just got to the scene where Feyre meets the Cyril. Guys, I love these books and I still don't know how to pronounce this bitch's name. Cyril? You guys know who I'm talking about. and I just got to the line that she's like, stay with the High Lord human. So fucking good. So fucking good. This little bitch. The journey that she is taking us on with those little words that she's like, stay with the High Lord. And as we very much know, in the next book, she's like, spoiler, she's like, well, I didn't say which High Lord. Like, bitch. But also so good. The tea, she's like, we'll see what this happens. Yeah, I know you're like falling in love with this High Lord, but like, guess what? That's not the right High Lord, bitch. So funny. It's so good. I'm honestly like having so much fun because I'm honestly kind of like reading it. If I'm seeing a passage that I really like, I just start reading it, even though I got to get to the next book. But we're making progress. We still have a little bit more to go, but definitely excited. Might wrap this up soon unless something else I want to talk about pops up, but I think I'm just going to try to push through, finish my tabs of this book, and then we're going to create a tabbing system for Court Mystery and actually start reading it. So super fun. But I just had to make a comment about that line because it's so good. Okay, I lied, popping in again because I just got to the scene where they are at the that great rite, the Kalamani, hang on, he said it. The Kalanmai, whatever that kind of great rite, like all the Fae go to it, and Tammin basically told Feyre like, you have to stay inside, like you can't come out. And Feyre was basically like, fuck you, like you're basically just like telling me to go sit alone in the house where like literally everyone else goes and like has a party, and she's like, I want to go party, and then she does, and then she realizes there's like a glamour on herself type thing, and then these 3 fairies kind of approach her and they're like, ooh, a human girl, and basically are gonna like, probably do something bad to her, and then and then she's like, oh my god, I don't know where like Tamlin is, blah blah blah, and then they like all retreat because then she hears a voice saying, oh, there you are, I've been looking for you. It says, yes, there you are, I've been looking for you. Oh, it's so good. As me, I'm also just like, fuck yes. And then the chapter ends with this line, standing before me was the most beautiful man I'd ever seen. Rereading it, you never know how many like little glimpses of the two of them, obviously a lot more further into this book too, but oh my god, it's so good. I love the little quips. So when you reread this book and you just get so freaking excited that for the next couple books and for Feyre, and you're just like, fuck yeah. I love romanticy. Anyway, I just got to that point and I'm making my little notes. I said, fuck yes, let's go woo, get it, Feyre. Casual. It's finished. So excited. Look at all of these tabs. So exciting. I am still new to annotating, so this has definitely been, it's always hard for me to annotate books. I just feel like I'm ruining them in a way, but yet I have so much fun annotating books. Like, I just become so much more immersed in it, and like especially series like this where like Winnie's putting a toy in my lap. Especially in series like this where like there's so much world building, there's so many characters, there's going to be like who knows how many books, and so many different series, so I think that it's important, not important, but it will be very helpful for me. Like, I just felt like I just reread this book, and I didn't even really read it. I was just like, all the important tabs that I did, I could just kind of go back and reread. She's in my lap right now. I can't really see her. Here you go. So yeah, I had fun. So now, oh, sorry, Winnie is trying to. Okay, there's nothing else in there. There's nothing else in there. So we got one book down. So now we are going to dive into A Court in Mist and Fury. So let's get into it. I have to figure out first, before I continue on, my color coding, because I have them in here. I, for some reason, don't have a key for my color tab, so I'm assuming it's the same one, because I really did want to order the pretty tabs like on Amazon, but I just kind of wanted to get this process started, so I just got the normal post-it notes. They're still fine, they're still cool. So for maybe next year's reread, I'll get the pretty ones and use those. But I did realize that I'll have this here. On this, I also could just, instead of using, I have this. Also, sorry if there's like a wave thing. Do you see that on my face? It's my camera's, what is it called? It's my camera. Also, just turn the brightness up even more on my computer, on my camera screen, because it was doing a weird wave thing. So sorry if you just got extremely bright in here. But I guess I could just put the post-its on here as my as my code instead of like a post-it note. However, so I put yellow in this as important places and great descriptions. Even though during this too, I also ran out of yellow, and there's no yellow in this. So I think I'm going to have another color kind of represent that as well. I think I can maybe combine. So we have yellow. So I think I have pink as my favorite quotes. So pink is now going to be favorite quotes and great descriptions. I think that will be more things that I like, kind of. Pink might just be everything that I like, because I also have orange as anything that I like, but I think that's just gonna have to be pink, and have orange be important places. So I have blue, which is foreshadowing. Foreshadowing both in this series and books, and for just the complete Sarah J Maas world. Pink will be favorite quotes and great descriptions. So like settings that I like, just like the way she described something, I really like that. Purple, we have important characters. Green, favorite scenes / important scenes. Getting text messages. So green, yeah, favorite scenes, important scenes, you know, the good stuff. And then we'll have orange as important places. I think that's what I said. I love how I just already forgot. So anyway, so I'm gonna make that key right now. So I have it in the book, because I'm still gonna switch. I could just use this, I realize this, but I'm gonna be petty and use this one and take them out of here. and yeah, get that process started. So come along as I do this. It is kind of late now, as you see by the insane brightness that is these camera lights, because the lighting in my apartment sucks. So I might also just do a lot of this in bed, which may or may not be on camera, and we'll just see how far I get. I did also want to make a little note to you guys too, that I got these cute little journals a long time ago, actually, and I thought that they would be perfect for taking little notes. They're just like little lined ones. They came in like a pack of 3, and I thought to use one of them for this reread, specifically to write down any notes, anything that popped in my head. I just kind of want to write down a little bit more, especially going into if I end up doing an entire reread of her series, every single series she's done. I think it would just be a nice place to collect my thoughts, or if I watch other people's videos about the ACOTAR or Crescent City, and it's just like things that I kind of want to remember as I'm making my way through, just to put it in this and just have them with my books at all times, so I can jot down. And I didn't really jot anything down for Court Thorns and Roses, just because I didn't really read that right now. I was just kind of re-annotating it. So yes. So also just want to make that note, also because it's super pretty. But yeah, so let's make this key and let's get to reading. Hey everyone, sorry for this weird angle. Just reading in bed. Just want to give a little update. I am having so much fun. Winnie is sound asleep in my lap, while she's upset now that I'm talking and disturbing her. But I'm almost 200 pages in. I have a crap ton of annotations already, and I'm just loving being back in this world. I'm hoping to read a little bit faster, but it was just like the first week back to work after the holidays, so kind of moving slow with everything, but definitely am just excited to read, get these books done. I feel like I have an itch to read the Throne of Glass series, which is crazy. Do I think I can finish all of them before I change my entire life and game plan to read Crescent City 3? I don't know. So we're going to stick with ACOTAR, the ACOTAR world for now, and just have fun with that. I'm sorry, this lighting is literally so bad. But anyway, just want to give a quick reading update. Here's Winnie again, sleeping soundly. It's her bone. Oh, so precious. Hi. This is kind of a future me, but you haven't seen me yet because you're still watching the video me. I never gave a wrap up about A Court Mist and Fury. So let's do that. These are the finished tabs. I kind of started weaning off the end. But this is still one of my favorite books. I had a absolute blast reading it, being back in the world. It's still just one of my favorite books, just because I love fantasy just for the feelings, just the way I can escape and just feel just magical and just be able just to be fully immersed in a world and not give a crap about anything else. And that's what I feel like reading this book. It just brought back so many good memories. I just feel like we go through so much character development and it's just so many things happen in this book that I'm like obsessed with it, because I feel like with my reread of A Court of Wings and Ruin, it just changes a little bit. But like with this, we get to see Feyre and Rhys's relationship, the trials and tribulations that they go through, just Feyre coming into her own power and everything. And, you know, just I love just seeing their relationship blossom, as well as Feyre's relationship with the rest of the inner circle, seeing their personalities, and just you fall in love with all of the characters that you think of when you think of ACOTAR. You get to fall in love with them in this book. And I think that's why I love this book so much. It was like the first time I got to fall in love with these characters and this like group of people, and so I'm always going to feel that whenever I read it. So some people might be like, well, it's not the best, blah blah blah, but for me it's just one of my favorites of hers, because I just it's like a warm hug reading this book. And we get to see great scenes, great fun time scenes. Okay, I wouldn't say fun time, but the relationships when the serial is like, the High Lord's your mate, and she's like, what? And she's like, yeah, the High Lord of the Night Court is your mate. She's like, oh my god, you totally messed me up mentally because I thought like Tamlin was who the High Lord you said to be with. So we love those scenes. We love her. And then the end scene is just always so in my mind, of her sisters being thrown into the cauldron. And we just have to sit through that and reckon that. And then you see that even the glimpse, now having read, you know, Court of Silver Flames, having seen the power and the rage and like what happened to Nesta when she was thrown in the cauldron, because there's like a line that's like, you know, she pointed I think she pointed at the King of Hybern before she went in, and then once she got out, like all you saw was just her finger like pointing at him, being like, I'm going to kill you eventually. So you just see that kind of rage and that power, and obviously we see that again too in A Court of Wings and Ruin too, her like feistiness in the beginnings of her journey and her angst and her stuff. But it's just interesting to see those glimpses, having read the series further, but when you read this for the first time you didn't know any of that. And I did hate Nesta for the longest time. So I, again, had the absolute best time in this world. So freaking fun. So happy I got to tab. I actually had a blast tabbing. I never really tabbed books before. And this was fun, tabbing a book in a world that you love and you're so comfortable in. So with that, I just fell down. So with that, going to be going into A Court of Wings and Ruin now. I don't have it here, and I will check in when I'm reading that. Okay, y'all. So Jacob and I were not successful last night at all. I'm so mad that Target, I could go to an indie bookstore, but there's not a lot conveniently close that I know will have this in stock. So we were not successful last night trying to go search for the book. Definitely was nowhere to be found. So that sucked. But I looked online this morning at Target and they definitely had some, and then I was like, ooh, should I go before work? But I was like, no, I'm gonna wait. And then while I was at work, I went back onto Target and looked at my location. It had 5 copies left, and I was like, oh my god, I have to buy this book right now and just order it for pickup. And so I did. So I have it. She's here. She's giant. She's so crisp. Like, it is compact in here, let me tell you. Smell test, just kind of smells like Target. Doesn't really have a new book smell, which I don't know, you can be crazy at me. Oh, there might be a chance of us going to Barnes & Noble tomorrow. I went crazy because I was like, I don't know if this book's going to be sold out everywhere. I don't know if this is going to be like a fourth wing. However, I get a fourth wing was like, they were not expecting it because she was kind of a new author. I mean, she isn't, but like new to that type of world. And then it absolutely went crazy and there were new copies anywhere. This is Miss Sarah J Maas. They have enough copies. So there is a chance that we can go to Barnes & Noble tomorrow. So I might pick up the Barnes & Noble edition too. I never do this. I absolutely never, ever buy 2 editions of the same book. I'm fine with 1. But this might have to be the exception because I just love this world. I love everything Sarah J Maas. So, can you blame me? But she's here, she's beautiful. I forgot what the Target exclusive edition special chapters are, but that's okay. But I'm so excited I got it. Once I picked it up in store, I was like, I'm just gonna go take a walk to the bookshelves, to the book section, just to see if I was overreacting. I was not. This book was not there. So I literally think they didn't get many copies and it's already sold out. So I'm so thankful that I did this. I at least have it because I kind of want to start reading it tonight or tomorrow. I don't know. I need to kind of collect my notes and watch maybe 1 or 2 more recap videos because I didn't really do a full deep dive into the Crescent City world. I'm into my ACOTAR reread, let me tell you that, but not this. So that was my quick update. I'm gonna run upstairs now, take care of Winnie, work a little bit more, and then tonight is House of Flame of Shadow. Hi everyone. At the moment, my priority this week is to finish Crescent City 3. I am literally like smack dab in the middle of it. I'm gonna say this now. I think this is gonna be spoilery. I think I kind of just want to talk about it. I'm not gonna have like a dedicated reading vlog to this book because honestly I just kind of wanted to read it and just kind of have like it be like my time. That sounds wrong. I kind of just wanted to like dive into this book after like doing my rereads and all of that, and so but I just kind of wanted to just like go into it, so I didn't have a video planned. Yes, I'm gonna put that out here now that this will be a spoilery Crescent City vlog. So if you read it, welcome. If you've not read it, maybe just put this video, save this video for when you've read it. This will be probably spoilers for in all of Sarah J Maas's works, just because some of it is tied to her other books as well. So just hold off. But if you read it and you're ready and you're welcome and you want to see me read it, welcome aboard. Hello, welcome. So that's really my plans reading wise. But I'm wanting to finish this soon, so this weekend I maybe can go book shopping. We're gonna see. And maybe pick it up. I'm looking at my Kindle right now, and actually the advertisement on there, wow, you really can't see anything. The advertisement on there is Bride by Ali Hazelwood. And guys, let me tell you, I tried to get into Ali Hazelwood's books. I really did. I just could not do it. I cannot get into the love hypothesis. It just like wasn't for me, which is weird because I normally really do like types of books like that. So I was like, oh my god. So I haven't really picked up much works by Ali Hazelwood. Now I know this is her like paranormal romance type book, so it has piqued my interest. It's literally been like the advertisement on here, and I'm literally like, okay, maybe we're gonna read it. So I might pick up this book, or I might just download it on my Kindle, because I'm kind of been having an urge to read my Kindle, especially after having a huge book with me. So come along as I figure out my life, figure out this, finish reading Crescent City. I don't know, guys. I've seen so I have seen now so many differing opinions of this book on like Instagram. I've also have been trying for my life to avoid spoilers. I just do not want to be spoiled for this. Am I in the sun? I'll just stand, sit in the sun. And then you have that. I've been trying my darndest to not see any spoilers. So half the people have been like, done, loved it, great. And then the other half of people have been like, I've almost DNF'd this book. It definitely was like a 3. And I'm getting the vibes of it. I'm halfway through and I do feel like, well, I don't know. I might do a different segment where I get like fully into it, but like I'm kind of like, I feel like this book is almost like a filler book in a way of like all the events that happened at the end of Crescent City too was like huge, like so much, like the last 100 pages were like action packed and like so much was going on. And then I feel like this book has to like pick up the pieces of that and explain a lot more of it and explain the like reasons behind it. And so I feel like this is like the first half of the book, it was like explaining that, picking up the pieces of that, and then in the middle we're all back together. And also like, okay, I guess I'm getting into it now, but like the Nesta and Azrael scenes, though I loved it, and that's literally the reason why I continued on with this series, was the crossover world. But I'm literally like, is that all we're gonna get? Like, is this literally all we're gonna get? Is just them in the fucking like caves and underneath the prison and in the prison, like under the mountain? Like, I'm just kind of like, I don't know. And a lot was revealed during it too, which I guess was like the point of it, but I'm kind of like, where's the gang? Where's everyone else? Even though I love Nesta and Azrael, but like, I don't know, it just got like, it wasn't like what I was wanting to seeing those two worlds together. Also like Bryce was being a total bitch to them. I mean, like, I guess understandable, but like also like, come on girl. So I don't know. I'm interested to see where that's gonna go for you to get any more in the world. I mean, it's kind of leading up to it. I feel like leading up to it, it's going to be like at the end of the book, some portal type realm is going to be opened back up to that world. Like, I think that has to happen, or that might be like the cliffhanger of it all. But it's just kind of like, all right, okay, cool. So those are kind of my thoughts. But I keep reading. Like, once I'm reading, like, I'm reading a lot when I have time to sit down. I just haven't had time to just like sit uninterrupted and just read. So that's my plans for the next couple days, either probably after work. I have a busy work schedule. But yeah, we can do it. That's my plan. Because then I want to read so many other books. Am I also maybe going to read the entire Throne of Glass series too? Maybe, but we don't have to get into that now. And I will complain more about Crescent City in my next update with you. Alright, ignore this kind of awkward lighting. I'm sitting on the couch and I don't really want to move. It looks pretty behind me, but my face looks a little weird. But I am at 600 pages into this bad boy. And it's getting a little better. Guys, I don't know how to feel about this book. Like, there's just so much information, and I've said this before to like other people who have read this series, that this is just like the one series of hers that I have just like, it's been the hardest for me to get into. Literally, if it wasn't for the last book, the ending of the last book, I wouldn't read it. I might have not picked up this book, and I am pissed. Like, I am pissed. I am 600 pages. And I have a feeling like 200 pages or so, I hope and pray that we will see the ACOTAR family again. Because that's why I was so excited originally. Picking up this book, I was like, hell yeah, we're gonna be in Valeris, we're gonna be in all these things, and we're in the freaking caves, in the freaking prison, just with Nesta and Azrael. So yeah, so we'll see what's gonna happen. I don't know. So many differing storylines. It's literally hard for me to like come up to it. Spoiler, I've been talking spoilers, but again, I just got to the part where Bryce just killed, or Rune just killed their father and the other king of Avalon, or Avalon, I don't know how you say this island that they're at. So they're dead, so we think. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I saw a little spoiler, or I don't know, I feel like there's still more to Rune and Bryce's father. Like, I feel like there's still some tie to him. Her licking is so loud. But it's okay. I am just wanting to push through and finish this book at this point now. Like, that's kind of all I want. Like, it's been okay. It's putting me in the biggest reading slump. It has taken me forever to read this book. I got to like around page 400 and then I was like, it has been painful for me to read it just because there's so much going on. I mean, yeah, when I look at it, I feel like I don't have much. I just got to like the part 3, which is the ascent into Want, probably war. Oh, and then like Hunt's, basically Hunt being like Hell's like prototype, like that they made Hunt. That was interesting. That was an interesting revelation. I don't know how I feel about it yet. Like, it's kind of weird. I definitely thought that he was gonna have more of a connection to like Thor or Thur, this like god, maybe more ties to that than just like Hell literally like making him. And that also Hell made all the Thunderbirds too. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about anything yet. I'm just kind of like overwhelmed reading and trying to put all the pieces together. So I don't know. It's okay. But I really just want to finish. I just want to sit here and finish this book. I don't know if I'll fully finish it, but I'm going to try. So we'll see. Drink my poppy. Do you guys like poppy? Little ASMR. Okay. I like a Jock Pop. I think this is my favorite one. Just like a little good, cute little pick me up. I still love Diet Coke, but it's a nice alternative. So if like you're kind of craving a soda, it's kind of nice. Also love their packaging. Amazing packaging. They knew what they were doing, getting us Gen Z, zillennials. I like to call myself a zillennial. I am a 26. Yes. And I feel like there is this age, a lot of people my age, where I was born in 97. So we're still considered 90s babies, but like we're technically like really old. We're like one of the oldest Gen Zs, but like I don't affiliate with Gen Z at all. Like I'm like, oh, those are people younger than me. And I'm like, I don't get that. I associate and have a lot of memories and feel the same as millennials, but we're not. So I've heard the term zillennial and I like completely resonate with that because it's like we grew up with still a ton of the 90s things, like the video games, the TV shows, the kind of like spirit of a 90s baby. We still got a taste of that and a touch of that in like early 2000s goodness. And all these other younger Gen Zs don't have that. They have their own version in their own right. That's totally fine. I just don't connect with it. So, oh, that's my little generational talk. All right, I'm gonna go. I finished it. Coming at you from the floor of my apartment. I don't know what to think. I have so many thoughts and also not a lot of thoughts at the same time. Just got back home from work and trying to formulate my thoughts about finishing this. I finished this last night. Guys, I'm just like, I was so disappointed in this. And it sucks because I love Sarah. I love her world. ACOTAR is my favorite series of all time. And I mean, I am gonna stop myself too because I can't get too upset because Crescent City was like never my favorite of hers. Like, from the first book was like every single book has been a struggle. This is a fact. Even though this is the biggest end book that she I feel like has written, I read this one the fastest, which is crazy because I literally just like wanted it to end, which is so sad that I literally was just like, okay, I just want to be done with this book. Yeah. The other two like left me in huge reading slumps. Took me months to read. It's just because it's so much information. So here's what I have to say. I gave it like a 3 stars, maybe 3.5 stars. So there were parts that I did really like. I think a lot of other people are the same in the Rune and Lydia plot points and their story. I did really like them. I agree with other people. Like, I wish we got to see their, love flourish more and just like their character development. Would have loved to have seen them. And yeah, and the more I think about it, I really don't know if I like Bryce and Hunt as a pair. Like, I literally don't think they're like compatible. I mean, they are, but it's just kind of like Hunt just goes along with anything Bryce says, which, like, happy wife, happy life, but I just think that they could be a little bit more dynamic. I'm not saying like Reese and Feyre are like, are that much more in depth than the two of them, but I just enjoyed their relationship way more, and they have a way more compatibility. I feel like we missed their like coming together, or I did, so much in this book. I don't know. Anyway, Bryce annoyed the fuck out of me a lot in this book. Just the way she is, even though I know she was like doing it for love and all these things. I hated how she treated Nesta in the beginning when they first met. I was like, stop being a bitch. And then I have to say this. And I saw this, someone put this point on Instagram as well. I feel like Sarah wrote the multiverse scenes just to like please us. I feel like it really didn't have much to do with the plot. Yes, it did in the sense that like, I mean, okay, I'm gonna strip that. I think it sets up a lot for ACOTAR 5, which I think is going to be Azriel's point of view, and then we obviously see Nesta get the mask back in the end, and then also get the Star Sword, whatever the name, Gwendolyn, whatever the name of the sword is. Bryce gives it to her and is like, I think you're going to need this. So we're going to see why she needs it. So I think that sets it up. I just wish we saw more of it. Like, I wish we saw more of the ACOTAR world. Like, if you were going to do a crossover, I just wanted more of the crossover. I was like, that was the biggest thing I was looking forward to, and I was just so disappointed with it in this book. And then, yeah, a lot of point of views, a lot of characters, a lot to keep up with. It was just overwhelming at times, and it was just a lot to handle. What else? What else can I say about this book? Yeah, I think this is the conclusion to the story. Oh, yes. Well, like, I just couldn't handle anything else, so I was like fine with the end of this book being kind of anticlimactic. We knew that they were gonna win, that everyone was going to be okay, and honestly was fine with that because I was like, I just wanted to be done. But a lot of people were upset about that it was just kind of like an okay ending, like, yeah, they got rid of them and everyone's saved and everything. And then a huge plot point, or not, it's not even a plot point, but a huge theory, and that I'm upset about too, which I feel like maybe this was just someone's rabbit hole that I totally went onto, but like the character of Fury, she's not in this. She, like, her and I'm forgetting her girlfriend's name or whoever she is name. Like, they show up at the end and they, like, bring in a helicopter or they do something and, like, that's it. And I don't know. She's, like, a badass, and there was a theory that Fury is somehow connected to the ACOTAR world. Like, she's a shadow singer. Like, there's something like that. Or, like, one of the kings has in, like, the lore, one of the kings has a daughter, and that daughter's name translated means Fury. And so a lot of people thought that there was going to be some crossover, or like Fury would somehow be in the ACOTAR world in Valeris when Bryce was there, and Bryce was like, what the hell? And then it would be some connection, because it would give an explanation as to why Fury in all 3 books is just like not present in the city, and Bryce has no idea where she is and she can't get a contact with her. So I'm interested to see if that gets explored at all, maybe in the next ACOTAR book. Like, maybe it is still a crossover, like we still might see these characters. Like, wouldn't it surprise me if we see Bryce and Hunt maybe in the ACOTAR world and the 5th ACOTAR book world. Like, I think she still might sprinkle it in, but I think it's just like sprinkles. And then, of course, the Game of Thrones connection to Lydia, like her lineage with a certain king that I'm forgetting his name of. This is a great wrap up. But yeah, so I don't know, guys. I'm just upset. Was really hoping for it, but I still love Sarah J Maas. I'm still never gonna not read her books, because I will support that woman when he's freaking out behind me. So yeah, so that's kind of my conclusion to this entire reading. Series. I loved being back in her worlds. I love her writing so much, and I am excited for the future. Super pumped for the ACOTAR 5 book. I think I will be way more excited about that book than this book. Don't think I'll reread this book. I think I'm good just to set the Crescent City series on a shelf and be done with it, but read everything else she has. I think I do want to reread and continue and finish reading the Throne of Glass series. I kind of don't remember anything from that world, so I just want to read it all, because I read that when I was really, really young. I say really, really young. I think I was in high school, so I don't remember any of it. So I'm going to do that. But thank you so much for watching if you made it to this clip. You are the real one. I just had to move angles to get out of the sun. But thank you so much if you've made it this far. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you read Crescent City 3, or if you read any of Sarah J Maas's works. What's your favorite book? I would love to hear it. So I hope you guys have a great day whenever you're watching this, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.